Welcome to the Tactical Table. We're closing in on the end of the week, and this stretch of the NBA calendar is always fascinating. Teams are either tightening rotations for playoff positioning or quietly experimenting before the postseason locks in. What stood out to you most over the last few days?
Honestly, it's the urgency. You can feel it in the way contenders are playing. Look at teams like the Denver Nuggets and Boston Celtics. They're not just winning, they're refining identity. Denver is leaning heavily into Nikola Jokic's playmaking hub, while Boston is stress-testing late-game execution.
I agree. And with Denver, it's not just Jokic, it's how Jamal Murray is sinking again. When those two are clicking in the pick and roll, it becomes almost unguardable. But I'm more intrigued by the Western Conference logjam. Seeds 4 through 8 could shift dramatically by the end of the weekend.
That's where coaching adjustments come in. A team like the Phoenix Suns, for example, has elite scoring with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, but the question is depth and defensive consistency. In contrast, a younger team like the Oklahoma City Thunder is playing with pace and freedom, almost nothing to lose.
And that makes them dangerous. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has taken a real leap into MVP-level conversations. His ability to control tempo late in games reminds me of elite guards from past eras. But do you trust OKC in a 7-game series?
Not yet. Experience still matters. That's why I keep circling back to teams like the Golden State Warriors. Even if they're lower in the standings, having Stephen Curry changes everything. You don't want to see that team in a playoff matchup.
Let's shift to the East for a second. The Milwaukee Bucks have had an up-and-down stretch. Giannis Antetokounmpo is still dominant, but integrating Damian Lillard fully into a playoff-ready system has been inconsistent at times.
True, and defense is the concern. When you compare them to Boston, the Celtics just look more complete on both ends. Drew Holiday and Derek White give them perimeter stability, and that matters when you're facing elite guards.
So, as we head into the final games of the week, what's the one storyline you're watching closest?
Playoff positioning battles, especially those must-win games for teams hovering around the play-in. The intensity spikes, rotations shrink, and you get a preview of playoff basketball. What about you?
For me, it's health and rhythm. Which teams are entering the postseason not just healthy, but cohesive? Because talent alone won't win it. Chemistry will.
Couldn't agree more. And that's what makes this final stretch so compelling. Every possession starts to feel like it counts double.
Perfect way to put it. Buckle up. This weekend could reshape the playoff picture entirely.
And if you like this analysis, please like, subscribe, and share the Tactical Table.